So Tony, thanks for joining us.
Right.
Not the performance or the result you were after.
No, far from it. It's probably, well, it's not probably, but it's the worst performance and the worst result of the season. So it's there for all to see in black and white, and it wasn't unlucky. It was as bad as it looked, and that's all I can say. Really, I wish I could sit here and explain it to you, but I can't. It's just that one has just come out of nowhere, and we just got to take it on the chin. Simple as that. That's all we can do. We got to take it and we got to move on. And one bad result doesn't make you a bad side. We've had a great start, and maybe you sometimes you're victims of your own success. I mean, like I say, every team wants to be the first team to beat you. Obviously for us, we're looking to continue winning as many games as we can, so we've got that. But not only today have we not won the game, but we've also lost it, so we now can forget about an undefeated run, and we can forget about a winning run. We now need to start another run and put some undefeated games together.
Do you think fatigue played a part today?
Nah. I can understand why you asked me that, because I've got to be honest with you, I was watching the game and we all said we literally looked lethargic. There was no energy about us. We just looked a yard slower than the opposition, and we've been playing an awful lot of midweek games, but then again, so is everybody else. So I'm not gonna look at that as an excuse. We come off the back of a good win on Tuesday night at Sutton. They were undefeated at home for a year, and we've gone there and won 3-0. So you would think that we'd come into the game today absolutely buzzing, which they were before the game. There wasn't at all a feeling of what was about to happen, but and bizarrely we even took the lead.
Well, the team started well. You must have been happy with that.
Yeah, we started okay. I'm not saying we started. I wouldn't necessarily say we started well. We started okay. We had one goal disallowed, which I don't know whether it was or wasn't offside, but it was disallowed. We then obviously get the goal to put us 1-0 up, and then you expect us to kick on a little bit from there. But it just seemed like there was just no. It almost like when you deflate air out of a tyre. That's what it looked like to me. It just looked like someone just sucked the life out of us, and it was just no energy to kick on and get the second. And hopefully,
do you feel like the team may be sort of a victim of their own success over the last couple of months, having won 11 straight league games in a row and?
Yeah, there's definitely an element of that. I think they've gone 1-0 up, and we just had a discussion in there. I don't think you don't go overboard about it, but you need to talk about things, and we needed to talk about the performance. And I think maybe they got the goal and just thought that was it. We didn't have to really try anymore. The win would come, and we were given a massive kick up the backside today, and we need to react to that. And that's what it is. Fortunately, in terms of points, it's. We've done well enough for us to be able to absorb that. It's not a massive issue in itself, but we need to react from it. And what I don't want to see is another performance like that anytime soon, because then if we follow that up on Saturday away to Whitstable, then you've got to start small little alarm bells then start to ring a little bit. But at the moment, there's no need for an overreaction. It's the end of a great run. And we now start a new run and see where that takes us.
Yeah. Obviously, earlier we conceded twice in 2 minutes during the game. How do we stop that from happening again in future matches?
That was individual errors. In fact, I would put all 3 goals in the first half down to individual errors. I can pinpoint where we've lost possession, or where we haven't picked up a runner, or we haven't done this, or we haven't done that. You can't legislate for individual errors, and then when. So far this season, our back line have been good enough to sort of cover the boys when they've maybe made a mistake. We didn't do that today. It was a whole catalogue of errors, and it just was one of them things. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and we were punished every time we made a mistake. I think they probably had 5 or 6 chances in the game. pretty much scored from everyone that they had. And I've got to say today, and I know I did put something in my programme notes about Trevor McCready. I know Trevor, I've managed Trevor. You know, he's been around the block a few times, and I did warn the boys. You know, they just signed Matt Geffen in a week, who's a very good centre forward, big, physical, and we said if you allow them to get balls in the box, then they're going to be a handful, and that's what happened today. They got balls into the box, and they outmuscled us. They were physically stronger, and they were clinical, and we couldn't handle it. It's as simple as that.
The talk on the terraces when we saw the lineup was the decision to play Nathan Palmer at right back today instead of his usual position further forward. What was the thinking behind that?
Didn't have a choice. Fraser pulled out with an injury, so he was in the squad, and last night he's had something ongoing throughout the season, niggling him, but he was honest enough to call me last night to say that he was struggling, so we got him in to see the physio at 12 o'clock today, and he's out for a couple of weeks. Fortunately, it's not a long-term injury, but he's going to keep him out for 2 weeks. And Ryan Palmer, who would play there, no problem. He's played there on Tuesday in that win. He wasn't available today, so we didn't have a right back, and Nathan was the only right back that we had that's played there before. And in fact looked very, very good there before. He played against Phoenix and was man of the match. So that was the only choice we had, really, and that's why we played him there, which as you say then impacted a little bit of pace and the partnership that we had up front. But it's one of them. What do? You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. And like I say, we didn't have a choice. It wasn't something we wanted to do. It was something we were forced into. So yeah, that's the reason for that, really.
Yeah. Looking ahead now, we've got a tough away trip to Whitstable Town. Is it just going to be a case of trying to pick the players up after this one and going again?
Yeah, I mean we got to pick them up, but they got to pick themselves up. They've got to go away today, look in the mirror, and ask if they did enough, you know, collectively and individually. And to be honest with you, I'm struggling to think of anybody that can come out of the game with any real credit. I mean, normally you can carry one or two that are having a bad game, but I've got to be truthful. I think pretty much from the goalkeeper through to 11, I'm not sure anybody can come out there, hand on heart, and say that they played well or anywhere near that campo. So we pretty much had 11 players that had a bad day all at once. If it is a one-off, then that's fine. We can live with that, and I would hope that. I just said to me now, I can't believe we can ever play as bad as that again. But who knows? Never say never. Those words might come back to haunt me, but I genuinely don't think that we can. I mean, poor AJ, I've signed him in the week just to bolster the numbers. He's a full-back. He's a natural left-back actually, but purely to try and get Nathan back up top. We asked him if he could play right back for us, which he did, and to be fair, he done all right. I think he actually can come out of it with some credit coming into that. But we were chasing the game, and I think we missed Palms up there with Danny Lee. That they've been playing well together, and unfortunately it hurt us today. But as I say, I don't think it would have been fair to chuck AJ in there, who's not a right back. Really, he's very much a left-sided player for his debut in a game like that. So you've got to be fair to people, and it's one of them. We didn't have a choice, and it didn't work out. It worked out at Phoenix. It didn't work out today. So what you're going to do is, some you win, some you lose, and today we very much lost.
Brilliant. We'll end it there, and we go again on Saturday. Yeah. Many thanks for your time, Tony.
No worries at all. Thank you for your time.